Zero prac, but we got this. Hopefully. It's Trial Mountain, bro. How bad can it be? Holy, what the frick is this? This lobby's insane, no? Everybody's here. I guess there should be less people here because everybody's doing the race, I imagine. Well, everybody's in Huracan, lol. Lol. Not sure how it's gonna go, but we'll see. Hopefully starting tomorrow I get some better quality on online. Would be good. Oh, it's reverse. Oh god. I don't have nearly as much practice on this side. Alright. Okay. That guy is a maniac. Now we know. Not gonna have enough left to really fully understand the track, but we'll figure something out. Plenty of carnage in front to capitalize on. Hey, there's one. Hit the barrier. Oof. Not sure how much speed I'm supposed to take through that. Whoops. Oh, you need a late apex there apparently. Whoops. Oh. Fast lap pace, by the way. Oh, he also had a penalty. Perfect. Jeez, that's slow. No faster than the guy behind me though. Lol. 10 seconds off fastest lap pace. These braking zones have gotten worse. Usually they're like conservative, but they're late. At least for the car finish straight. And the tire tracks are for the other side, for the not for the reverse layout. That's for sure. Kind of have to ignore them. The lift in the middle of the track and on that hump is really hard to gauge. You have to have a lot of practice and be committed to the line you pick. Not figured out that corner. Bit of an altercation. right. I've been on lately. What? Burn? Yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood something. Justine? What are you saying? I got a clean race bonus somehow. Yeah, I'm committed to the Huracan, I think. Oh, a lot more split up here. People might be switching to the Huracan anyway. The devices. Ah, I see. That's okay. Glad you're back, though. Glad everything kind of worked out. How you been recently, lately? I'm that good. Nope. There's no 7. Goated operating system, not gonna lie. Goated. XP and then 7 and Windows 10. Goated operating systems. The 11's not good. Not goated, the 11. Have you seen? It still can't match gaming performance compared to Windows 10 yet. It's such a mess. The problem is it's coming end of life. October 14th. I think we have a while to go for it to still give us some security updates and whatnot. They really gotta sort out their Windows 11 issues. I'm not like I'm down for them like making semi-major upgrades and stuff like that, kind of like how Mac does it. The problem is Windows, they make it worse. We gotta sort out how they can make a newer version of something that isn't inferior to the previous version. It's the party, yeah. I missed it by like 30 seconds, so I decided to do race B once first. Wait, should I go through that chicane in third? I think that's advisable. Although for some reason it just doesn't turn. Like any rotation in third. It's 8:25. Nice, nice. It's 12:26 a.m. Midnight for me right now. So. So kind of morning for me as well. Whoa. How am I on the edge so much that I'm getting power oversteer there? Must be doing something right, pushing the limits right now. You're getting a bit of oversteer, that's actually good. That means you're pushing it. Not like that though, that was forced. It's a forced slide, not actually a real one. How extreme can you cut that chicane? Is that kosher? That was kind of crazy. The leaderboard is so spread now, it's no longer just 911s dominating. Got a Huracan up there. I'm guessing the Porsche is still most consistent, but pace-wise, people are finding other cars now. I didn't go slow enough to make that work. Get enough rotation in mid corner. Oh god. If they're changing the tires, I guess it doesn't matter, right? If everybody ends up changing tires anyway, tire deck makes no difference. Because that negates the Porsche a little bit. Knowing this, I should probably switch to -2 instead of -3. Gives buy myself some braking performance back. Got a few 911s, quite a few actually here, so we'll figure it out. Let's see if we can make it through the pack. I doubt I will, but give it a shot though. I was planning on trying out the Porsche and trying to see if I could get the no change tire strategy to work. Let's see. I wonder if you could get away with just 0 brake balance because you're changing tires. Keep it. What I thought. Oh god. Oh, dirty air. Okay. Really, man? That Furby is A+ on alt. I see. Great. Is it Jay Kriya? Yeah, I saw. He turned into me. Trying to knock me out. Oh, no change strats coming in. Yeah, Jay Kriya. Lol. Whoa. My car got launched. JQ got a penalty there. Not enough laps. I think that's arguable, right? What did we end up with, like, time-wise between races? 7 minutes? I don't say that's too bad, to be fair. I wouldn't mind a lap or two extra though. Alright. I was gonna get stuck behind some people anyway, so. Last group 4 race here was 10 laps? Ah, okay. Jake Korea is a menace, bro. I can see his moves too. clear him a bit faster, but we're good there. Yeah. He's not abusing counter steer assist though. That shows me. Would have been P10. Maybe. The white Porsche, that's all I know. But I know Jake Kriya's pretty dirty himself, so could have been him as well. This guy has cross steer assist for sure. Jake Kriya? Yeah, that makes sense. This guy is so scared. He's gonna take the only defensive line and punt you off if he can. He's staring at the car behind more than the car in front. Yeah, see? Okay. Goodbye. I could have made that turn a bit sharper, but I literally wasn't gonna allow him to take that corner. He's literally just staring at the other cars. You can really tell by how he was passed by the guy in front of me as well. He literally just was staring at him, and as soon as he made a move, he was like, he was trying to defend, and he went wide because he was like thinking about braking later. I'll go another one. Whoa, what's going on here? Yeah, his name is familiar to me too. Probably should have pitted a lap earlier just to go for fastest lap. I really wanted to get in front of Jake Kriya to show that I can just get away from him. Racing Donnie also messed up. Let Jake Kriya go first. Sad. Playing the percentages. If I wasn't on wheel and had counter steer assist on, that would have done nothing. The air league guy forgot to pit. He did. I lost SR. Feels bad, man. My bad game. Oh, it's 8 minutes. Yeah, it could have been another lap. I think 7 minutes is about right. At least another lap would have been good. 2 even. 6-7 minutes between races is, I think, the sweet spot. All right, we will. Take into account D drivers. Be running full hours. 11 would still work. Yeah, I think a lap or two. I think at this level, between if you get to 7 minutes thereabouts is good. So maybe like a lap or two. We got there at 8:30, fully out. Another thing that I'm have an opinion on is that I think you shouldn't have to wait that long in the lobby if you're done. Worst case scenario, you shorten the time for DNF. Because if your matchmaking system's working anyway, you shouldn't be hitting DNF much anyway, because you're supposed to have most of the lobby be in the same pace. I think a minute is good enough for DNF. It was 9 minutes out of Daytona, right? How many laps was Daytona? Glad I skipped that one, to be fair, to be honest. Long, slow section into just long oval section. Not the life for me. 10 laps in group 3? What group was it? I actually didn't check what group it was. I saw the leak of the track and I was immediately out. It was still group 3. Makes sense. That was kosher? Okay. Keep it at 3. Don't have to worry about less. Especially since you're in dirty air, using the rear tires a lot more. Turned it too early. There must be a way to take that flat, especially in quali. Right? For Lambo. It's a good car. Yeah, in B, it's a Huracan fest now. All it took was them nerfing all the other cars. That's how gaming is, though. Until people abuse that, game developers actually take a look at it. It's all relative. It was good while it lasted when you were special driving the Huracan. Oh god. Getting that practice in. Has top 10 leaderboard. It was never like the fastest car though, no? It's just good, and nobody cares about good when they have best. In the competitive landscape. I had a 2-minute lap. That sucks. I had a spin out though. I forgot about that one for a second. Is that kosher? What I did? Apparently it's kosher. Jay Kriya is back. It's amazing on fuel. We haven't had a fuel-based race in a hot minute, though. I tried last lap 1. Or you just pit early, maybe that's the way. Although that puts me into traffic, so too early is no good either. Tough. People were doing the lap 1, lap 2 thing. The previous race doesn't really help. I guess it's like 2 or 3 laps. Actually, 2-3 laps might actually be okay. I think that's all like. That's like just about the limit. When I started to really struggle was the last lap or 2. So maybe it's okay to pit lap 2 and swap tires to have a better time towards the end of the race. I don't know. Lap 3 and change? Yeah, that would work. Depending on how it goes, for sure. It's gotta be flexible. we end up, if the doors open up, the Red Sea parts for me, then of course we're not getting until whatever. This is a prime lobby though. Whoa! Kidding me, man? Really? I have to deal with these guys? Let's get a punt. Or not. Oh, if it took a penalty here, that'd be great. This guy. He's a lap late. Appreciate it. Big Korea doing the long game. Lap 1. Nope. Really? Okay. I got a bit scared there. Oh. Oh. Now I'm back with this guy. Really? Sorry, I'm not really talking because these guys are really tough to deal with. Or more annoying than anything. Okay, I just have to stick them through this. Well, I suck at that corner, to be fair. I just have to stick next to him for the penalty. And then it'll be good. I don't think I can though. Okay. Hopefully not a lot of traffic. We'll have to see. People are pitting with us. That's good. We spun out. That guy's not pitting with us. Jambo. You're gone. Jay Kriya is doing well apparently. Oh, I have to pass these guys? Oh god, that sucks. couple laps. There's two guys that are like right in front of me. J Korea is a known quantity with crap tires now. Okay, we're here. Oh. That guy tried closing the door. He has no tires though. Cool, that didn't take too long. That was a blunder. Not sure if that'll cost me, but we'll see. Having to pit now, 16 seconds. close. Just got to there. You got it. Nice. Thank you for all the carnage that happened in front. Mainly caused by this guy, I think. Yeah, no fuel running. We're running lower on fuel. The car's getting twitchier. Oh, I just gotta relax instead of pretty tense the whole race there. Wow, that guy did no stop in a Supra? That's crazy, actually. Actually crazy. He had no pace. Woo. Wasn't super proud of my pass on Jambo. I really kind of needed to force the issue there. If I stayed back, I don't think I'd have a chance. He was basically trying to close the door, but always kind of left the spot. And I just kind of rushed in. Might have found it annoying, but it is what it is. Wish there could have been a cleaner pass, but... my sports shirt rating went down, lol. Last 4 laps, you gained over 10 seconds on him. Not bad, eh? Alright, you know what? Let's try actually... Let's see how NA is doing. The last race of the night here. Yeah, I mean, he was in a Supra with like running long on the Supra, so it only makes sense. Yeah, exactly. So Me gaining that much time on him wasn't that big of a surprise. Oh, that guy complaining about a clean race, lol. I have a car for this. No, I have to only have the Supra. I'm committed. Lime green one always looks better. All right. I got my dub on that account, so I'm happy. Lol. That guy mad that he thinks that he could have beaten me if I didn't get past him, kind of forcefully. I just kind of had enough. You kind of have to force your way through. If I'm too nice, then I just end up stuck behind people that are much slower than me and are defending like heck. The fact that him and Jay Kriya were trading blows tells me all I need to know, I think. Probably in his mind probably was like, that's defending, bro. I was kind of light on the brakes, if I'm gonna be honest, but I don't even think if I slammed on the brakes I would have cleared him. By the time that he turned in early to close the door. I'm not. I am under no. That was not a clean pass, but it's not a dirty move. Is what I'd say. Yeah, just the fact that him and Jay Kriya were neck and neck tells me all I need to know. The two of them were trading blows. Yeah, no. They played. I would have won. Yeah, I ended up getting passed by Jay Kriya too, so I don't know what he's on about. Whatever. He can say whatever he thinks. How you doing, Plane? Bro, actually, I'm glad you're here. What are your thoughts on this whole Everybody's going into to Hall effects thing. Kind of want a custom keyboard with the Hall effects now instead of regular tactiles. I waited long enough for my like true endgame keyboard that now I'm like gonna wait long enough to get the Hall effect customs. I was gonna do Sonnet, but then now I'm probably not gonna do Sonnet anymore unless they get Hall effect sensors or something. I still want the tactile switches though. Games banned the HE switches. They didn't ban the HE switches, just the specific implementation of the was it snap tab is what Razer called it, where like it only registers the last input. That's banned, but the whole like lift off, completely removing the trigger, removing the button as a so you can repress it again if you need to, that's not bad, I think, right? But unfortunately, I think I won't be able to dive into that until they make it hot swappable, and that's gonna be a while, I think. Who knows? Are you interested at all to get like a sort of Hall effect board? I'm like, I look at it, I'm tempted, bro. Have you seen like, there's already been like sort of a semi quasi custom type build for those already coming out from like Keychron and like Glorious. He said about hot swapping switches, yeah. Okay, I did not get into an easy lobby. That's for sure. Feels bad. I can definitely get third though. Oh, NC guy left. I can definitely still get third though, I think. Judging by the volley times, that's doable. Second and first quality times are kind of oof for me, a bit too far away. Alright, let's get it. Saw that? Yeah. So it's like, part of me wants to, I could jump in to the Hall effect now, but Blue Sniffer's your friend? Checks out, I guess. I don't know what that means, but got it. Not possible. Pass. Understood. You ever think about jumping in yourself or nah? Just get like one of the cheaper boards just to... I was half tempted to get the new Wu-Tang too. But then I realized like I have no place for it in my setup. It's not like I'm gonna run 2 keyboards. It's not like the Hall effect's gonna really affect my life, so not that good. I don't play like FPSs really anymore. And the one I do plan on playing, Hot Zombies, won't really require me to be ultra competitive because it doesn't really care about movement as much as Valorant. CSGO would. Oh god. Let's let this guy by. Let's be very sportsmanlike. Only take the opportunities as they come. As some new friends. Problem is, I won't want to be trading a Wu-Tang for a full custom build, you know? Also, the cats in the rain. Why? You walk that? Do you have to walk cats? That's not a move. Somebody punt your friend. Said a well done right there. He's gonna go for it again. I'm staying clear. Oh god. Oh. That's not a move either. Oh, okay, this guy's there. Compromising both our lines here. Love it. God. Oh. Alright, I got a better exit there. Oh, that was the plan. Have the inside here. Ronaldo. Wait, what? Aster? Welcome back. Yeah, that guy got spun around, I think. That corner is pretty easy. You just stick your nose in the inside, on the inside there. Alrighty. There we go. Welcome back, Esther. What happened to your cat persona? Don't want to be a cat anymore? There's also like a lot of progress that needs to be made in the custom scene, like via having to like support all the stuff for the Hall effect stuff. I think it does support Hall effect sensors, but it doesn't have all the functionality, if I remember correctly, of like Wu-Tang, because it's all like firmware based stuff. If I had to play with the controller, could I? I mean, I could. I would just be slow, right? I'll admit that. I'll freely admit that. Wouldn't be this fast, for sure. These a couple months. Yeah, I'm not planning to get endgame build anyway, anytime soon. Got years in me, where they kind of mature. But I think both from like a reliability standpoint and everything, longevity wise and all that, Hall effect sensors are the future, right? Because like whoa, what the frick? Doesn't rely on any like sort of physical connection to trigger anything, so it doesn't require the leaf springs to be like consistent, like it doesn't wear through. It's just the way, you know. Car's type. I mean, you can like imitate like the bumps and everything for tactiles and clickies to like just, but like the underlying actuation mechanism can be different. It could be Hall effect, no? Just like how controllers, joysticks can both be Hall effect or potentiometer, it doesn't matter. They both serve the same purpose. It's kind of a different thing, where it's like in my mind at least. You're just basically replacing the leaf springs with something else, that's it, right? Enough on the... yeah, I don't know. I'm on board. Like, I'm competitively slower? Probably, yeah. But like, you can... it's also like digital moving it to software, which feels kind of bad for like purists, probably. But like, I think it's more like a... it's less of an electric car type of revolution, more than like going to brake by wire or throttle by wire instead of like the physical throttle. They're accomplishing exactly the same stuff, except everything is now on the digital side. But you can still like put the same amount of spring and like tension and stuff like that to make sure that, and like give feedback to the driver like it was a regular braking system and everything. And nobody's complained about brake-by-wire losing feel or anything, you know? In a car terminology. I think on the more extreme side, you could say that it could even be like power steering going from hydraulic to electrically assisted. It might be bad early, but once people figure it out, once Porsche get their hands on the power steering, somebody figures out how to make it fully imitate the tactile feel for like clickies or anything or everything. I mean, linears, there's zero difference, right? But once they figure it out, But to be fair, I think you may be right. There's like maybe like better, most accurate representation of this situation is actually not power steering difference, but like going from assisted steering at all to steer by wire, and then that's a bigger transition. Like we know, well, first of all, there's not a lot of cars with that system yet. There's only like what, 2, a Lexus and like and the Cybertruck. The more apt comparison would be probably going from assisted at all steering, so you still have a physical connection to steer by wire, completely like disconnecting the system and doing everything digitally. I think that might be a better one. New steering was to make cars more safer and consumer friendly. Yeah, I mean, like I didn't take into account like the purpose of the innovation for sure. But I think like I guess the thing I would like posit would be like oh, okay, that guy's gone. The Gideon pressure right there. Can I get a podium? Potentially. 2 laps. Blue sniffer's gone. Got taken out. Just silently over here setting personal bests. The vet, I know. I guess like the question I posed to you would be like, if they could like fully 100% imitate like the feel of a tactile or a clicky or whatever switch you like, just the only difference is the fact that it's Hall effect, so there's no durability. It's like durability is like almost basically infinite. You don't wear down anything like a leaf spring. Would you not be happy about that? No, on the flip side, you could say that if like electric cars could fully emulate the petrol experience, then would you care? And there's an argument to be made that they can never fully emulate the petrol experience. But in a theoretical world, then wouldn't you just take the electric car as well? Okay, got close. This might be last lap heroics here. It's an interesting conversation to have. To be fair. Really enjoying the convo. Oh god. Definitely did not see me go for that move. I needed to capitalize on that mistake immediately though. I'll have to deal with this dirty air. We did it. Not too shabby. Got the podium for the last race. Take those. Last lap. Evo. Hello. GGG. That's gonna be it for today's races there. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I guess like the reason why I'm so on board with the Hall effect is that I think it's more likely the Hall effect will be completely like one-to-one, be able to replicate another Switch feel-wise and everything. It's more likely that that happens than an electric car being able to 100% replicate a gas car, an ICE car. And don't get me wrong, I'm actually down for electric cars as a daily driver, but like as an enthusiast car, I don't think I'll ever get there. But we don't get a choice, I think. But I think a lot of that is just up to time, right? I think nobody expected electric power steering to be good ever at whenever they started. When they started. Yeah, I mean there are extreme people on like stuff, right? Like people that block superchargers because they don't like them, even though like, you know, like there's always gonna be those people, but I don't think in the general consensus, I think it's just might be better. I think, to be fair, there's another thing that we have to remember is that keyboard switches are inherently very durable already. True. Some people's gonna do rock a Model M. There'll be people like that, and then like that's the thing that keyboards, right? It's like it's inherently very durable already. You're not gonna really like. Nobody's really wearing out the switches so much that, you know, and then like worst case scenario, right? You just swap out a switch, especially with hot swap, if like one goes bad. If you do like end up using it so much that it goes bad, which is doubtful, it's probably gonna be like a mechanical issue rather than a switch. So like from a durability standpoint and stuff like that, it probably will never be like, unless like the price becomes the same exact stuff, and there's still like gonna be some people that's like, yeah, I like the leaf spring, I like the original style, and then that's fine, right? Because It's not like gas cars. Gasoline ICE cars are being, you know, outlawed. When like keyboard switches aren't getting outlawed, you know. I think we're gonna get to a point eventually where the Hall effect, since like the Hall effect switches, like if let's just say, right, if you could somehow, some people just take the exact casing and just make it Hall effect. Like I take a Holy Panda or like whatever like best switch at the time would be, and just like stuff the guts of a Hall effect sensor in there, and then make it 100% reliable. I think people would be down for that, you know. People who want to buy it, yeah, exactly. I think there, a lot of it. I think this is like really theory craft at this point. It really comes down to like, I think eventually it's gonna get to a point where, right, like it's definitely an option for sure. Like, can people really tell the difference feel-wise, right, between a leaf spring and a Hall effect? And we're not talking, and then like for linears, we're not even talking about linears anymore, right? But like for clicky switches and for tactiles, those are the main ones that with any type of feel, really. Like, I struggle to say, right? Like, I can't. Yeah, exactly. So then there'll be people that say like, oh yeah, maybe like people like will like, and then there's gonna be a minuscule difference maybe because there's one has to have a mechanical connection. I think that it was another switches. Yeah, it's just like I personally, that's what I think, right? I agree with you. That's what I think, which is like, I feel like the nobody will be able to tell difference, and which is why I'll just take the extra durability of Hall effect eventually, which is why I'm on board. So that's kind of the thing. But like some people will still say, oh yeah, there's like there's a slight, you can't replicate, you know, you can't replicate the leaf spring feel without having a leaf spring. And then some people will say that, and then I'm just like, okay, sure, like you do you, right? Like that's like how the audiophile community is, right? Like I can hear a difference versus I can bear, like a lot of people can't. Once you get to like what, $1,000, $2,000, whatever, or like however expensive headphones get. And there'll be people for that. Like there'll be like a community that still continues to like maybe like group buy some switches or something. And you know, like that'll be a thriving community hopefully, until at least until like the factory shut down or whatever. But it's like it seems like a general trend that Hall effects will have more options, like on the software side, you'll be able to change like how the switches work, and then you can keep the feel of the switches by like just having the same, you know, tactile bump in the travel, like somewhere. I think they're already trying it, right? Like even I think Glorious has like their Panda equivalent, Holy Panda equivalent, Glorious Panda equivalent Hall effect switches already. So they're trying. I'm sure it's not there yet because it's like we're really in the early days of Hall effect, but just like power steering, somebody's gonna figure it out. It's not just Hall effects. So far Hall effects haven't been looking to replicate, like they've been just linears, right? And linears there's no difference between linears other than spring strength. Oh, and another thing that might have to like get better is you have to be able to disassemble Hall effect switches pretty easily and switch out springs. That's gonna be really big for the keyboard community. And right now, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. I'm pretty sure they're like sealed switches, so you can't really like lube, because I think once you open it, like the internals are pretty like sensitive to stuff. Like there's a magnet and stuff like that in there. So, but as soon as they kind of figure out a sort of more generalized way, and then the keyboard community figures out some way to lube the switches the way they like, sky's the limit on like where the Hall effects can go, I feel like. But this is like years down the line though, I feel. Maybe not that much, maybe like a year or two at least before they figure it out. Although it's the custom community, custom keyboard community, they're slow to move on trends like this for sure. So it might take a couple years for them to get to a point. HHKB keyboards. Okay, what is a HHKB? I'm not sure. It is. Is it like a? Oh, it looks like a what? Hacking keyboard? And keyless? Is it the format? Is it the layout? Oh, it's Topper. Yeah, Topper never caught on that much, huh? It's like a it's like a what's it called? Like membrane based, right? Something like that. As well. Yeah, Topper switches never got. Yeah. Never got super popular either. Yeah, I don't know. I think. Yeah, I don't know. It's like. I guess it's like another conversation of if what's it call it? If like membrane keyboards got good enough to like feel wise to fully replace mechanical, like in the same way that we're saying that the Hall effects can potentially, would it have been better? I don't know, because like what extra functionality does it give you? It feels like the inherent, you know, like there's the format, right? There's the format like for the HKB, like there's the 10 uber compact keyboard feel, plus Topper switches is like silky smooth and like no, they don't like sound. But I think that might be closer to what I think electric cars are going to be, at least for the next couple years, where electric cars will be better for day-to-day driving and all that stuff. Like there's like inherent advantages, but enthusiasts, like in this case that would be like, you know, keyboard community and people that like value feel and stuff, will find it lacking in that sense, right? Like we can't doubt, there's no doubt that it's faster in a straight line, it's more thermally, like there's more energy efficient, like it's, you know, and all that, but it just doesn't have the feel of mechanical, or not mechanical, of like ICEs and engine rumble and all that. You can like try and fake it, but I don't think that it's gonna get there. And then there's an argument that says that basically you shouldn't go there because you're inherently trying to emulate a worse product. It's like the smoothest, you should like, you know, lean into like the powerfulness, the smoothness of electric. So I guess in that sense, that might actually be a pretty good analog to the Topper switches at the very least. I know, and maybe the HHKB format, and in general, like that whole like tiny compact keyboard with Topper switches, like that's might be like an inherently better keyboard for a lot of people with, like, you know, people don't like the noise, people don't like having to worry about looping switches or stuff like that. It's smoother, while still having a longer travel like mechanical keyboard, but people are gonna, like, you know, there's a preference there for those guys. But the difference here is that especially with electric and stuff, like electric cars, as I mentioned, I don't think they should try and fully emulate the gasoline cars in the same way that I don't, like, not in the same way, but on the other side, the Hall effect sensor, if you just slot that into existing sort of mechanical switch designs, and like there is a world in which I feel like there's going to be a world where the switches will be 100% indistinguishable from, you know, actual leaf spring mechanical switches. And then at that point, that's the argument that I'm gonna make is like nobody. It's just a better version of the existing mechanical switch instead of a different type of switch entirely. That's why I say it's like it's a replacement for the leaf spring. The Topper switches is a replacement for a switch, which is the paradigm shift, right? Like Topper, you have to go. It's like going to electric cars, whereas for me, it's just like, you know how? Oh wait, there's a really good like example I like to say is like there's this one resto mod or something for a Porsche I saw on YouTube. Basically, people put in the electric motor, but kept the gearbox and everything like on a manual. And I think that's more analogous to the Hall effects. Is what I feel. Yeah, kind of. You just get a better experience or like a more solid engine. Yeah. Like an engine swap kind of deal where it's like a part of the existing framework is different, whereas if you're there's like a part of it, you're not completely reorganizing the architecture like the HHKB is or like the Topper switches are. And then, you know, people don't like change much anyway, so that's probably why like the switches didn't catch on. And plus there's like a whole stigma against that like got perpetuated through the gaming community about how mechanical keyboards is just better. Whereas like it just makes more noise and feels good. And like arguably some people might not even think it feels better, you know? Which is why people probably went back to linears. There's an argument that like the whole like clicky keyboard trend, like that's over, and then like people are like graduating towards linears, which are indistinguishable from other stuff. But I guess like membrane keyboards can't actually copy that anymore, so that's still a mechanical only kind of thing, because membrane keyboards are inherently have to have like sort of bump in them. But that's kind of a bit tangential to what we're saying anyway. But anyway, that's good convo. Always a pleasure to talk to a fellow keyboard enthusiast. Keyboard's just the keyboard size. I don't think I can help him out much. I mean, there's no need to help or anything. I don't think. I just like it's kind of it's just cool to like discuss the future and like where we think. And I'm like that's and like some people like I'm really excited. You know, like once like they get full VIA support, like, and then it basically opens up everything, right? Actually, like quite significantly, because right now, what like, whatchamacallit? Right now, basically the top dog is, Wu-Tang, right? But once there's like VIA support. And then their firmware and all that stuff is proprietary, right? So they're locked down. You have to buy Wu-Tang. In the same way that for a long time to buy a mechanical keyboard, you're buying one of the gaming brands like Logitech. Like even in the early days, it was even like more locked down. And then more and more, like you had to buy Cherry Switch. And then the patent ran out, and so then everybody started making their own versions. So it's kind of like in that sense where once like the open source side, the custom keyboard side figures it out, and then people don't have to run proprietary software or anything anymore, then it opens up people like Keychron. Like they're even trying it now, but Glorious has their own specific thing. They're not like super on board with VIA, but like Keychron is. So that's all they can like kind of remove the proprietary and then like get to the open source stuff, and then we're just gonna get like a flood of like Hall effect stuff. And then the people being able to like program in like their own sort of snap tap and like specific Hall effect stuff, Hall effect like specific available features and stuff. I'm excited to get there, and then hopefully by then somebody, and I still do value the feel of like a good tactile, to let me know that a keystroke has gone through, so I'll still be using that, and maybe at some point like switch it to gaming mode, and then suddenly it acts sort of more like a regular, like a true Hall effect, like pure Hall effect, whereas like I'm still gonna get the bump, but like I can kind of not even hit the bump to know like that I've triggered something or whatnot. That's like the tangent at this point, but yeah, it's kind of exciting thinking about it. I thought like keyboards were kind of like not gonna be innovated, kind of like audio gear, like mics and stuff. Like there's like you just get different flavors of the same stuff, and stuff may get cheaper, but like there's no like breakthrough in mic recording and like how much like better recording from mics and stuff. You know, like there's just a mic is a mic. You just get different flavors of the same thing, like, or like it just gets cheaper, but it doesn't get inherently like a lot better anymore. Same thing with like basically like audio gear and stuff like that, because we're not innovating. It's not like cell phones hitting the wall too. Oh my god, don't do that, lame. Not in real life, but you can do it in the game though. You can practice in game, but never actually do it IRL. Okay, that's okay. But yeah, so I thought keyboards hit the plateau or hit the final boss or something. So in the Mythbuster area, we were just trying to find the truth about everything. True. Like I like it's all conceptual, like whether they can actually fully emulate like the regular like mechanical type switches with Hall effect, and whether I'm assuming like the switch itself is pretty complicated and takes up the full space of the switch itself right now. So like they have to kind of miniaturize that in order to let people like open up and customize their own springs and whatnot. So there's a lot of innovation that needs to happen in that space. I don't doubt that. There's still like a long ways to go before we get there, but it's still exciting. Just like how I'm excited for electric cars, actually. Like from a pure, not from a like, I'm still sad because like I still drive a manual, right? So like I'm still sad to see like the sort of tactile, kind of the tactile feedback of an engine, rumble and all that stuff, like shifting gears and, you know, the sound. I'm sad that that's going away, but after like being exposed to how good an electric car is as a pure commute tool, it's like as a transportation object, it's hard to argue with, and it's hard to argue against. No, I get that. Like, it's the tactile thing, but then it's really like, eventually somebody is gonna kind of, and then Porsche has already kind of proved it when people said that, oh, electric cars can't handle, and then the Taycan came out and it was like pretty good. It still like can't escape the fact that it weighs a ton, which is why it chews through its tires, but they kind of figured it out a little bit on the handling front. It's still like, it's not gonna set blazing lap times or like replace motorsport or anything because the cars are just still too heavy. Just check out like Formula E, which is like the peak of kind of. So like it's still not there yet, but it's exciting because like it's just a different type of car. People will learn. It's like it wasn't super long ago, like 100, like a couple hundred. Catch you soon. Alright, see you, Black Cat. Sorry for taking up your time, but yeah, I'm probably gonna end pretty soon here. Thanks for joining, Black Cat. Always a pleasure. Thanks for pointing me towards the Huracan, as per usual. It was great. Yeah, have a good one, man. See you next week. But yeah, like it wasn't like it was like a couple hundred years ago maybe that people didn't even grew up on horses, and they probably like they're horse enthusiasts even today, right? Even after we replaced carriages with cars, so they probably didn't like cars back then, right? When it first came out and stuff, and people were like, oh, this is the same, like they can't like feed the car. Like there's no emotional attachment. You know? It's like, so like we're in this transition phase. I'm open-minded enough to know that like I'm gonna keep my car running. Like I'm also stubborn enough to know that I'm gonna keep my car running as long as possible. It's gonna be like an antique. I'm gonna be one of those guys that will like take it out every like whenever I can or something. Like pay like infinite amount of money for like fuel or however much it costs by that point. So I'm gonna keep one of those IC cars in my possession kind of forever. You know, like that's kind of like kind of what I'm gonna do. But like I'm also like super on board with like the electric cars coming soon. I want an electric minivan, especially. That still hasn't been done. The ID Buzz is coming out soon, but it's way too expensive. But we need like a sort of like a Sienna or whatever minivan equivalent, step wagon, or like electric version of it. A people hauler that like takes off on a dime, so you can like overtake and stuff in the city, even though it's heavy AF. Like that's super responsive, super like efficient. Like it's not like it's just a good people hauler, right? And then like all the batteries on the bottom, so you have like a huge slab of battery. But like to be fair, I think personally, I don't think battery electric is gonna be the future, at least not in the current form. Probably gonna be like shrinking down and all that stuff. But that's a different conversation. But like think about it, like a flat bottom electric minivan makes so much sense. It's like so easy to get in and out of. Like I don't care about all these SUVs that keep coming out because I hate them. Like just give me like a flat bottom electric minivan, and that's like the family car. Would be so hype. Well, not hype at all. I feel like it's good, but it's probably gonna be the most boring car in the world, just like how like Toyota Siennas and stuff like that are boring. But as a pure people hauler, dude, I don't care. Like I'm with those soccer moms. Like the minivan, even in its current form, is the peak for like people hauling, even with ICs. To be fair. I hate the fact that it's like these soccer moms are like they have a bad name, and then like the SUVs became more popular. Dude, the van just makes so much more sense for so many people. Have you seen like how many people are like, oh yeah, I need like a 7-seater. Let's get an SUV. I was like, bro, get the van. Your kids will thank you for it, so they don't have to squeeze into the back through like the stupid doors, like regular doors. Just get a freaking sliding door like a van, bro. Like, you know, like it's so much better. Like if you're and like the problem is that the SUVs got so popular that they invested in it. Imagine if they put the same. There's nothing stopping them from putting the same technology and like luxuries in a van. Right? It's just that nobody would buy it right now because there's this like negative connotation. There's this negative view of vans. But like there's nothing stopping them, right? There's nothing stopping them from making it fully luxurious. The only reason why we don't view it as luxurious is that there's this like sort of perceptual gap. Imagine if like Mercedes or like, you know, like these luxury brands, if they came out with a van and like they could stuff it full, like Maybach could put like a ton of stuff, like full leather, like a ton of tech. There's probably more space to put tech in a van than in an SUV anyway, because the cabin itself is bigger, the internal area is bigger. It's more squared off. You know what I mean? But like, why does going from a van to an SUV, from an SUV to a van, how does that affect the ride quality? Can't the ride quality still be still be equal? They're both high up off the ground, center of gravity wise. And like sedans with really plush suspension is like the king of ride quality anyway. It wasn't so long ago when people, like when the first crossovers first came out, where the crossover, well, so the best example would be like VW when they first came out with like the Tiguan or whatever, which is basically just a jacked up Golf, right? But because they had to make the Golf taller with more ground clearance, they had to make the suspension more harsh, to like control body roll and everything, and the car ended up riding worse than their lower counterpart, right? So in that sense, right? So then when I think about that, right, I'm just like, that makes sense, which is why, because like there's just, you know, so like if both are high off the ground, I mean that doesn't make sense, but like with the same manufacturer is different, like very different. Yeah, true, but I feel like again it comes down to like, I think there's just not enough investment into vans because the SUV is so popular. I feel like if the same resources got put into vans as SUVs, then we'd have really well riding vans. Because at the end of the day, they're both working against physics. So like that's why like the rolls and everything, like the sedans are better. Like another great example is like, if there's a first gen product, is the Model 3 versus the Model Y. Model 3 rides quite well. It's quite decent. And then the first complaints from the Model Y was that it was way too stiff because they had to control body roll. You could do it and optimize, but they would still buy the i7. True. Like that's the first thing. They've also improved, but like that's general. But like when the Model Y first came out, everybody was like, "Why is this so stiff compared to the Model 3?" And I agree with that because I test drove both. My dad's really into Teslas, by the way, and then we would like go out and like have lunch and then test drive Teslas before he bought his. But definitely, if the Model 3 made you sick, the Model Y was worse. Let's just say that. They're both not great, I think, personally. But they've gotten better though, I think. The data revisions, I think. But yeah. Hey, Tesla. Yeah, I don't. I think hate's a too strong word. I don't think they've done anything inherently wrong in my eyes. They're just pushing a different product, and you can disagree with the product, but I don't think they deserve hate inherently. Unless, like, I mean, Elon Musk is kind of not likable, so you can kind of boycott it based on that, but I don't think Tesla has anything to do with it. I think even Tesla kind of wants Elon Musk out a little bit with the stuff that he talks about randomly on X. On Twitter. I don't think they're super on board anyway. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the difference with the electric car scenario though, with that whole like custom PC thing, is that laws are coming into place that makes it so that you can't get a 14700K and a 3070. So you're forced to do the custom PC and then get an optimized version. What was on the beach for some photo sessions? Yeah, a lot of that is the perception of the soccer mom. It's actually kind of interesting because it used to be step wagons. If you go back a bit further, step wagons were super popular. Like the wagons, which is another thing that we lament losing. And then they became vans, and then they swapped to SUVs. And we're seeing a bit of the wagons come back now. Maybe like eventually a loop. Maybe this is just fashion. It's just a huge loop where we're just gonna get vans back. Like, have you seen the ID Buzz? It's like going all the way back to the Volkswagen Bus era. Like it's harkening back to that. So maybe it is a whole. If like that car comes out and it becomes like retro cool, They might bring vans back. Who knows? SUV seems to rule the world, which is kind of sad. Alright, anyway, I think I have to go to bed now. I gotta wake up at like 9:30 and it's already 2:23, so... But yeah, thanks everybody for watching today. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Plane, always a great convo. Yeah, I'll let you know whenever, or I guess you'll let me know as well whenever Hall effect sensors get good enough. As long as they can like 100% emulate like a Holy Panda or something, some type of like tactile switch very well. I'm like, and it's hot swappable and I can have like a custom build for it. I'm doing it. I think that's endgame. But again, I mean, I thought previous was endgame. Somebody will come up with something else, but we're getting pretty close, I think, at the very least. It took a while for the Hall effects to be discovered. Cherry Switch was king for so long. Anyway, with that said, hope you guys have a great rest of the day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you guys are from. Just have a great day in general. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care, stay safe, all good stuff. Bye-bye. Tomorrow, Genshin. So if y'all are interested in that, I guess I'll see you there. Otherwise, Forza's coming in a couple days. See you guys then. Or GT7 again in around 6 days. Alright, take care, stay safe, all the good stuff. Bye. Love y'all. Mwah. Bye-bye. Alright, that was a bit cringe. I'll stop doing that last bit. Alright, bye.